Welcome to Levyland with me, the Reverend Bob Levy, Chris Abels, Rob Soul. It is hot out. It is amazing. It's too much. It's way too much. You know why? Because my fucking pool isn't in yet. It was supposed to be in. It's still not in. He keeps giving me, this is what happens when you know a guy that knows a guy. You're getting a lot of money off. No, but I know people. Come on. But when you know somebody, you deal with little things like this, but it gets done right, and you're saving. I'm saving 20 grand, so you can't go wrong.
Well,
with
then,
so
you get what you pay for.
I beg to differ.
Yeah, you get what you pay for.
This is what he told me. He goes, "Hey, man, just think every year after this, you're going to be able to use it." And I want to say to him, I'm dying. I have cancer. I have a year to live. So that means I only have a year with the pool. Get the motherfucker in. I want it in before Labor Day. That's it. I want to have one
every
party
year
here.
after this. When's it
It's already
done?
August and over 100 degrees out.
I know, but it's coming. It's coming, and we had to get another permit and all that shit. It's bullshit. They just can't let you dig a fucking hole in your fucking yard anymore. God, it's like, how many fucking dead hookers they're gonna find digging this shit up?
Did
you hire this person off
that Levy cartoon that Dino's putting together?
No, I know people. Listen to me. I know people, Rob. Don't fucking. You know what I mean? These guys know what they're doing. Not like you fucking doctors.
I'm not doubting you know people.
Okay, I'm doubting that fucking. You know what I mean? You even going to write doctors. We'll get to that in a little while. Fucking guy's crippled every fucking show. It's like doing a fucking radio show with Ironside. He's fucking crawling around on his chair around his fucking house.
I know.
I feel bad for you, but I'm saying I'm going to get the pool in. We're going to be fucking happy, and everybody's going to shut the fuck up, and then we're going to have one party. When's your birthday coming up, Rob? Because mine's coming up real soon. Because look at this. Made in 1962.
You know what? Oh, yeah, you're 62. So we're exactly 20 years apart because
I'm not 62. I was made in 62. I'm going to be 60.
But I was born in 82. So we're 20 years apart. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. That's not. Look at the big difference.
I'm August 17th, 1982. I will be 40. I did get a shirt on Facebook advertised that said that born in 1982, but I didn't get it.
I got this.
But
I got
you
mine.
bought that on Facebook?
Yes, I did. I bought my jacket on Facebook, and I bought this because I seen it. It came up in my timeline, and I told my wife, "That's what I want for my birthday. That's all I fucking want." You know?
Did you buy your pool on Facebook?
No, I should have bought my pool on Facebook. It would have been fucking in already. It would have got. You know how many likes it would have got? It would have got like 50 likes by now. My fucking goddamn thing. What's up, guys? What's up, Richard? Welcome everybody to Levyland.
Quickly too, Chris Abels got me booked on some show called The Ghetto Basement. I wanted to give him a shout out. That was a fun show to do. And you know what? It was funny. They were so excited to have me on, not like here, you guys are just like annoyed when I come in the room, but they were so excited to have me on.
Rob.
I felt like I was actually funny.
You are funny.
I watched
You are the backbone. You are the backbone of, even though your backbone's crooked and that shit now, but you are the backbone.
I need my backbone back.
Yeah, but did you watch it? What do you think?
Yeah. No, he did really good. Everybody was very happy to have him on there. And he killed it. He did what Rob is supposed to do. Like initially when he was on there, everybody thought, oh, God, this guy's an asshole. But that's Rob. And then he came out and he fucking killed it. So he came out. Still say
that guy was an asshole, but he was funny. He's entertaining. That's what Rob is. I'm not going to deny that Rob is the biggest asshole I ever fucking met in my life, but he's probably one of the most entertaining people I ever met because he's never happy. He could be getting blown like, are you done yet? You're going to be, come on.
Yeah. Are you done? So my scoliosis is kicking in. So Rob went out and killed it. He went out and killed it. So I know that Bobby Nick, he got to see Bobby Nick's nicotine finger, which is the most fucked up thing I've ever seen.
I kept calling him Bobby
remember
Mac.
That, Rob? He kept calling him Bobby Mac. This guy's got a fucking finger that is beyond stained with nicotine. Like
it's fucking shit. He sticks his finger up his ass. What is the matter with you guys? You fall for every fucking thing. Oh, I smoke too much.
That is fucking nicotine.
He's sticking a digit in his asshole, dude.
I would expect your hands to look like that. I totally would expect your hands to look the way that his did.
And then a girl, Bob, pops in the room, like in the room, and it's a woman. I thought it was a chubby like guy at first, but it was like this woman made Rosie O'Donnell look sexy. And
I thought you're not talking about Baby Goose. She's hot.
No. It was
at first Rob thought it was Patton Oswalt, but that's because she's got a new haircut.
It was Bobby's ex-girlfriend, and she went gay.
Yeah. I know who that is. That's Patton Oswalt.
Yeah.
God, slow down so I can get a punchline in, you cocksuckers.
I can't laugh at her.
Yeah, just calm.
She was dating Bobby, and he made her become gay. So, I mean, that's why that show is like very, very power packed. I love that show. It's got all these different elements.
You got crippled people, you got fucking filthy ass fingered people, you got everything you fucking want. But that's what life is good. There's so many tastes out there. You get a little taste of this, a little taste of that. You know, and I like a little bit of whiskey sometimes to relax. I've been smoking outside because the mother-in-law is here because Gina went under the knife, you know. She's finally going to get that cock she always wanted.
No, more like the cock you always wanted.
Shut up, Chris. Shut up. Let's not keep it going.
What was that?
Yeah, so she's in healing, and like it's annoying because I don't like to see her sick, you know, like in pain. You know what I mean? And that's the whole thing.
It was an elective surgery. What did she get done?
She got her implants taken out. And they were trouble for a while. She wanted that, and she got something else done. No, she didn't need new ones. They just put them in the right place. They just got the other ones out, and I tell you, I'm amazed at the work. Like, it was well spent money. I can say that. You know. I'm gonna tear that.
You definitely are white again.
Is she ripe for the plowing now, Bob, or does she have to heal a little?
She's always been ripe for the plowing, but now she's like, you know what I mean? She's back to like
her looks. I mean, she's I get that. Yeah, I don't mean her looks. It's not I meant
he meant her the stitches out.
Yeah.
Oh no, I can't. I can't fuck around with those things. You know what I mean? Like there's so many stitches right now. Look, I don't go near it. She's dripping blood. Whatever they fucking do. But the whole thing is that, my God, she's like, it's like a new person again. You know, because she wanted to do stuff, and I said, yeah, we'll get rid of those fucking things because one was like, you know, it did whatever it wanted. Whatever she says, but the whole thing is that they're safer now, and it's gonna be amazing. You know what I mean?
Safer to play with.
If she got on a period too, oh my God, that would be the worst. I don't think she did. She thought she did. You know what I mean? But the period thing's kind of going away. It's like, you know, once you hit a certain age, that's it. The only bleeding she's gonna do is from her nose. It's from her nose, you know.
Happy Go Becky said, "Rest in peace, Gina's fake tatas."
Yeah, well, you got to get rid of these fucking things. You know what I mean?
Should eBay them?
You know, eBay them. They take them. What do you think? They give it to you at home like the afterbirth?
They should. You paid for it.
They're like, "Hey, you want the afterbirth?" What?
Will you and Gina sign them and put them on eBay?
But they get them. They throw them out. Those things are toxic. They're toxic. They're fucking. They're filled with shit that kill people. You know what I mean? Bob said the implants for the pool. Mate, no, look, I didn't say that. Listen, the pool's going into. I'm done buying shit. That's it.
Use the implants in the pool as like float
on them. Yeah, I will use them in the fucking pool. That's what he said. I can't fucking goddamn read. But the whole thing is that, you know, hey man, I'll float around in those titties because I don't have no money left to fucking go buy chairs and shit to fucking lay on.
Yeah,
you know, look at Rob. He's in so much pain. I'm gonna make you laugh so fucking hard, you fucking candy ass motherfucker.
You're all, even Chris Abels is being extra funny today, and the chat's being funny. I feel like it's just to get me every time I laugh. It's like a stabbing motion in my back.
Can we do it to your chest too?
Well,
probably gonna kill
everybody. Welcome to Levyland Tuesday. Big storm hitting the area. Hopefully the electric don't go out. I don't know why Jersey can't handle a fucking storm. I haven't seen this many blackouts since I was in Rob's neighborhood.
Oh shit! Yeah. And there was power.
But besides that, it's fucking hot out. I ain't got a pool. I'm fucking cranky. But me and Kevin Brennan will be announcing our new comedy club tomorrow on Compound Media at 4:00. Not on the Anthony Cumia show, but it will be.
Who?
Kevin Brennan.
Who?
Will be announcing it on the Cumia show where we sit in. Anthony's signing for his house, so it'll be Kevin will be running the show, and I will be there, and we'll have a few guests, whatever.
I wasn't invited. I'm appalled.
Yeah, neither was I.
We said guests, but we'll be sitting in. We'll be taking over on Thursday. Thursday is our day. We'll be sitting and taking over, and it's going to be exciting. It's going to be, you're all going to be like, damn, this was a no-brainer a long time ago, baby. Thursday, Wednesday is Gavin. Exactly. We're Thursday. Thank you, Happy.
Is that going to be every Thursday you're going to be on Cumia? Is that what you're saying?
Who said that? I said me and Kevin are sitting in for
okay.
Anthony,
I know Kevin's doing like every Thursday, Gavin, but the way you phrased it, I thought maybe you were saying that
I didn't phrase it any way different than I fucking was thinking. Yeah. Basically, he's not going to be there Thursday.
In a clouded fucking old man retarded mind.
It doesn't fucking matter. It's the fact that me and Kevin Brennan are taking over Thursday to show you a show that people are going to say, oh my God, why has this show not been on there? Because it's the greatest show in there. No, but this is the tie. This is the tie greatest show on the earth. But it has me on it. I'm saying, you know what I mean? Me and Kevin, oh my God, we are the two lords of fucking goddamn comedy. We are everything good, everything evil. We are mixed into that great fucking mold of fucking comedy that is gold, and that's what it is. You know what I mean?
Scott Fitzpatrick in the chat room says Rob keeps crying about his back pain on a podcast when folks are in a wheelchair. The folks in the wheelchair don't feel anything. I'm feeling this pain. They're sitting cushy in their wheelchair, feeling nothing. I'm feeling fucking pain.
How do you know that? How do you know that? Do you know if a crab feels pain when you throw it in a boiling water? Like, do you know these for facts?
Yeah. Yeah, folks in the wheelchair, they usually don't have any back pain. Listen, these folks in a wheelchair are living a cushy life with no pain and no feeling below the waist, and here I am.
Yeah,
every time I laugh, it hurts. Every time I move, it hurts. It's I'm going to need back surgery. I see it coming. So
back surgery for what? For what?
I have 2 herniated discs sitting on my sciatic nerve, and it's one of the worst MRIs the doctor's seen, he said, in a year. But listen, it's if I go out and I'm bedridden for a month, what I will do is I will just on my phone do Levyland. The Rob Saul show will have to be put on hiatus, but I'll come in Levyland just on my phone with no green screen. And
why just do the Rob Saul show that way too?
Here's the thing, Rob. Derek, he's crippled. I'm in a wheelchair, and I can feel a fly land on me. What do you think of that?
A fly landing on you is not like fucking 1,000 knives stabbing into your back and leg.
No, it is. It's worse because if fly lands on you and you're paralyzed, but you can feel it, but you can't move, that's the totally worst thing. I don't want to know if fly lands on me if I can't move. Like I'm laying like in a fucking wheelchair like a squid, like fucking Derek is. You know what I mean? I'm useless. I'm bad meat on a fucking metal chair. Basically, and fucking I gotta live like that, and then flies, I can feel a fly on me. God, why do you fucking hate me? Why don't you just let this thing roll into a fucking volcano and fucking end this
or a volcano?
A volcano, yeah, whatever. It depends where you've seen it.
I've noticed I've been talking to people and I've been doing podcasts, and people seem to love that you and I fight so much, Bob. They do. It's like Sam and Diane on Cheers. We just have this tension between us.
It's not that. It's like having another wife. That's all it is. We've been through this. You're like having. I'm married to 2 women. One I got to do a show with, and the other one I got to fuck when I can. You know, I mean, it's like really fucking weird. And then when they team up together, It's not good when they're together because they talk about me. They talk. That's all they can do is talk about me because that's what any girl in my life ever does is talk about me.
About Bob,
because
and poor Gina
I am
live with him, and I go, I know, girl. You have to live with him. I just have to do a show with him.
How does Gina feel about me doing Rob? She knows what's going on. You know, she knows this shit going on. You know,
Gina and I are happy together. We're happy being sister wives and telling our war stories about Bob.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kafer said that Rob, you won't like life after surgery no more. Oxy 30s.
Yeah, don't let them cut you, Rob. Kay says, don't let them cut you, which I'm saying, Rob, unless you have a great doctor like me. My doctor was amazing. She's the best at her game. A 2.5 hour
I don't believe it.
Yeah, but a 2.5 hour ripping up a man. Yeah, she's very good at it instead of 6 hours. That's how good she was. I released so much pain, so many migraines are done. But if you have a bad surgeon, you can wake up like Derek, like a crippled squid in a fucking wheelchair, where basically fucking homeless people want to give you money because they feel so fucking bad that you'll get your fucking legs are wheels. You know what I mean? What the fuck is that? What is that? Am I a wheelbarrow? Am I a human?
We could get Rob set up like the guy that's on the Ghetto Basement if he's in a wheelchair permanently. Like, we'll just put a microphone in his face. Eventually he'll swat it.
His nurse, I watched it on the phone. He's laying down and the nurse is putting the microphone in his face, and she tells him, she's like, stop talking bad or I'm going to stop giving you fluff. And what fluff means is the fat nurse, her big belly, the crippled guy likes to touch it and squeeze it, and it makes him feel better.
Nobody likes to do that, even if you're not crippled. You don't want to do that.
He likes it. He likes it. Yeah. So he likes doing that, and apparently it's a treat. I guess it's a treat because she was going to take it away from him if he didn't stop knocking the microphone.
That's not a part of her
happy
contract.
Go Becky.
Belly squeeze.
Happy Go Becky wants to get you one of them rascal scooters if you want one, or a stair lift. Go up there. You know what? I would love to light your house on fire and see you trying to scamper away from the flames up the stairs at 2 miles an hour. I'd be fucking giggling as I'm pouring gasoline on the steps. I would fucking buy you
sadistic.
One. Bob, Bob, you would never harm me. You love me, and you love me being a part of Levyland. And
I do.
I don't buy it. I don't buy it.
Yeah, I'll buy it. I'll put that in your fucking house and burn it fucking down. Did you get air conditioning yet?
You know why he wants to do that, folks? Because he knows I have nowhere to go and I'll have to live with him, and he wants to be.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and by the way, we go by show number now. What show is this now? This one. This is number 80. Go look. Somebody look real fucking fast, you motherfuckers.
That's the producer.
Leave me alone. You're lucky I'm here.
Go. 68. Ooh,
I'm not going to be your
that means next
secretary.
Week. Next week,
look,
69.
Stephen Bull said 69. So is this 69 or 68? If we have 68 shows up already, it's 68.
Rich Kish said 68. I believe Rich. Rich is
okay. So if we have, thank you.
So is Dad.
60. Okay, if we have 68, that means 69 will be a big show. We'll have a filthy whore comedian girl on, and we'll look at her asshole. If everybody
69 in the can.
So when are you going to book Keanu Thompson?
Oh, what are you mad at her too? She's I think
I'm making a joke. I like her. I don't know her personally, but I've interacted with her. I think she's
very
nice
likable, very pretty, very nice person. Really, there's nothing. I haven't seen her stand up yet, but I'm just saying she's very likable, very pretty, very easy on the eyes. I would say, I mean, out of many comedians, I would say she's probably the prettiest.
About Gino, he goes through his slums like we all do of pigs, but he can always he can always get some hot pussy. Gino is able to nail
right, because he yells at him if he does if they don't do what he says.
Yeah, but the whole thing is Gino has fucked more young female comedians than the clubs in New York City, which that's cool because
that's a lot.
a lot of comedian girls weren't like that when I was coming up. They didn't go for like that. There was a rule, and a lot of them were kind of ugly too. So, but it's a different world now. If you want to throw that fucking pussy around, throw it around, baby. You know what I mean? I'm all fucking for it. Fuck your way to the middle. I don't give a shit.
Fuck your way to the middle. Forget the top. Yeah, to the middle.
Well, there's only a few women that can headline. Okay, look that are real headliners. Okay,
yeah,
there's
true.
A few. Eleanor Kerrigan, and who's the other one that does the impressions? Oh, she's so fucking funny. I work with her in Atlantic City. God, she's so hot right now. No, this girl's real hot. People know who she is. She's on Twitter and that. She's really fucking.
On that narrows it down.
Yeah, she's funny. She's funny. She was on Rogan recently. She's hitting. She's hitting now. Twitter. She's hitting big. She's hitting big. I hope I can even get her. And not Joey Diaz. No, Joey. Joey's hilarious and a good guy. No, I forget her name. If you know her name, just post it and I'll tell you what it is. But she is fucking. She is the real deal. I mean, this is somebody that loves comedy and killing. And I got to work with her. Even though the sound was fucked up, we still destroyed, and it was
Rob
amazing.
Was at that show, wasn't he?
Yes, Rob, you were there. The girl that was on the show with me when we filmed the sitcom.
Yeah, you carried his bags.
Remember, you carried my bags.
The girl there that day.
Yeah, what's her name again? She's fucking hilarious. I just can't think of it. Not Tammy. Tammy's funny too. But God, her name is. She's fucking from Jersey or something. Not Margaret Chow. Margaret Chow. Margaret Chow. Not the one. It's not Kenu Thompson either. I you know what I mean? I can't think of the name. I'll think of it when I think of it. So stop it.
Keanu Reeves.
My mind must be worse than you. I saw Kevin Brennan post a clip of Whitney Cummings.
Jessica Kirsten. Hold on. Thank you. Happy go Becky. Hopefully she'll do my club. She is fucking hilarious, a great person, and she's going to be huge in this business. And there's no doubt in my mind. And I'm never wrong. God damn it. God, what were you going to say, Rob?
I was saying Kevin Brennan posted a clip of Whitney Cummings about, it was an awful clip and he was, goofing on it. But he said, she was like, oh, if this clip doesn't get me canceled, I don't know what will. And Kevin Brennan posted, women don't get canceled. And I thought he was kind of right. Yeah. And I thought, Roseanne Barr. But then I thought, is Roseanne Barr the only female that's been canceled with this whole walk?
They didn't like Roseanne because she's a Trump fan.
Well, I know, but
also the other bitch that looks like Carrot Top kind of got canceled. So she said.
Kathy Griffin,
Kathy Griffin, please.
Once everybody really got into the Trump, she's back again, and now she's like, she went on and cried and apologized, and then when everybody really started getting nasty with Trump, now she took her apology back, and she's doubling down with the Trump hate, and now the fucking FBI, our fucking tax dollars, the fucking FBI is fucking raiding Donald Trump's house for what? And I see Rosie O'Donnell so fucking happy about it
because they're scared.
Well, you know what I mean? Because she's a cunt. But our guest later
Rosie
on...
O'Donnell, who gives a shit?
Our guest later on is an ex-FBI guy, and you're going to love him. I mean, when he's ready, we're going to bring him on at 7:30. You're going to fucking love it. I'm telling you. He's on me all the time.
Sean, quickly. Yeah, quickly, what? Sean. Unless you have an iPhone, what Sean does, I am not getting service in my house anymore because T-Mobile sucks since Sprint changed to T-Mobile. So you're going to have to let me know in my headphones here when the guest is on.
Rob, is he there yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, continue our guest.
No. He's a good guy too. He invited me over for like a fucking Memorial Day party, a 4th of July party, and I couldn't come because I had fucking poison ivy in my eye, and I think I got poison ivy again. Can you fucking believe it? How the fuck
do you get poison ivy in your eye?
Because it's growing somewhere in the front. I pick weeds, I pick the little things, and it's got to be.
You rub your eyes with it?
I rub my eyes with everything even after I come. Everything. I touch everything. I'm a disease. I'm a body disease. I'm fucking I like myself. I like to touch myself. God damn it. That's all I fucking do. What are you looking for, Rob? What are you looking for? A cane?
You fucking touching my back. Sorry. I like to touch myself too. And the medication that I took, like it was almost like cocaine. Like I could get hard, but I couldn't come. and I was jerking off the other day for like an hour and a half, and now I have like scabs and cuts all over my fucking cock, and I'm have to pour peroxide on it. So not only have I back pain, I have cock pain.
Does your dick look like a Puerto Rican leaving a fucking fight?
Yes, yeah. I remember Bob, because I remember I was watching a clip of Bob, and I thought I was the only one. And like,
that's what you were jacking off to?
No, that's not what I was jerking off to.
Oh.
No, but I remember. I remember Bob back when I did coke and trying to jerk off or fuck or whatever. Bob says Bob did a thing where he said when he jerked off on cocaine the next day, he looked like he put his dick through a wood chipper, and I was like, oh my god.
No, I said
what if it's monkeypox?
No, it's like no, it's basically. I said it looked like my dick was in a Puerto Rican knife fight because I would come home from the road and have to go. I did this to me. No woman did. I did this to me because I was doing coke all night and I couldn't sleep, and I figured let me try to jerk off, and I would come one time and I go, well, I'm a little tired, and then I'll fucking do it again because it doesn't go once you got it up. You know what I mean? It's up. It's like
you gotta finish. Yeah.
I marked up my fucking dick. My dick would be like, cut me, Rock. Cut me, Mickey. I'm telling you, it was fucking brutal what I would do to it. The helmet, it looked like it was getting hit by fucking like ice chips or something like that off a building. It was like I couldn't believe what I did to myself.
That's how mine is now. And Scott Fitzpatrick said that's herpes. No. I mean, unless my hand contracted herpes somewhere when I wasn't paying attention, I hadn't gotten laid in so long. There's no way I could have gotten herpes.
Yeah, you haven't got laid since you fucked Delma from Good Times. But you're gonna be getting back with her, right? You getting back with her? You getting back with it? What's the deal? You and the fucking, I love it. You bring her right to the neighborhood. They'll have a barbecue for her right there. She's cool, man. I like her, Rob. She's good for you. You know what I mean?
Listen, that's the premise actually for the Rob Saul show tonight. So you're gonna have to stay tuned after this show. But we actually things want to write. Like she was always a cool chick and down to earth and was never about that race shit. Now she has become like this woke. Everybody that she gets in a disagreement with is because they're racist. And she sent me this audio file that I'm playing that she and it's so fucking bizarre. And
is she still hot?
Yeah, she's still hot. Yeah.
Ignore it.
I know. I did. Yeah. All right. I'll text her tonight.
You don't care. You don't care. Look, fucking, I hate Trump too. As you fucking bald deep in her ass. Who gives a fuck, Rob? What are you, a hero? What are you gonna save the world?
I mean, it's just, she wanted me to play it on the show serious, and I'm like, it's like I can't do this. I said, listen, you don't understand the demographic of Levyland and fucking Saul show is white males between like the ages of 30 to like 55.
Hey, Rob,
nobody wants. Yeah,
Rob, listen to me. She can send me a picture of her asshole. I'll play it.
Okay.
This could be important to her.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh my God. So she's doing it in like a poetry way where she's like, and the man, he don't like me because I'm black, you see, and everything she's saying, you see. You'll hear
play that right now before our guest comes on. Play that right now. I'm not kidding.
Well, listen, I'm trying to get folks over.
I'm not kidding.
Culture, but, all right,
no, fuck it. Just save it for the roll. All
right, well, let me can I set up the clip first?
Or as Anthony Zenhauser calls it, the Rob Soul Show?
Oh, I know. That's what he said. Yeah, he looks at it like, you're mad at me over the Rob Saul show? Like, the fuck you, motherfucker. You're fucking talking about this show and people are talking about it. How dare you? But
it's funny. I love him. Did we freeze? Hello? Are we frozen? Okay, well, can they hear me right now? All right, something happened there, but I'll I guess you can Something fucking, maybe Rob got hit by lightning in his wheelchair, but who gives a shit? We'll get this thing figured out. There's a big storm coming, like I was saying. I'm all alone, but I'm still the most entertaining motherfucker you ever see in your fucking life.
How is it on our end? You think both me and Chris like just froze at the same time for no reason?
Loses. Two.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm killing here. Thanks for coming back and ruining it, guys. Go ahead, you fucking crybabies. There's a big storm coming. That's all. We'll be lucky to be alive. Look, Chris is frozen. Look at that dumb fucking look on his fucking stupid face. Look at him.
Is the guest here, Sean?
Okay, he's not here yet. I can keep babbling, boobling, bobbling, bah. There you are, you fucking Special Olympics looking motherfucker. And he froze again. Look at you. You're frozen, your fat fucking head just froze in the air. Look at it. Look at his fucking neck working overtime on that fucking thing. Kevin was here last week. Me and Kevin will be on Compound Media Thursday at 4 to 6, you know?
How about we do something? Can we get something where we can have Kevin once a month on Levyland? I think he's like everybody was saying too on social media, he's like a perfect fit on the show.
Okay. Yeah, of course we can.
Together. We, once a month, Kevin Brennan, like the third week, the fourth week of the month, Kevin Brennan on.
Absolutely.
Not as a guest, just to sit in with us and he be a part of the.
He is a guest. He's a guest. You got to call him a guest because he's a guest.
No, well, he's a guest.
I'm just gonna sit in. What am I, a guest, or am I gonna sit in? We can't have him doing that. No. You just say, Kevin.
Why are you saying that we're alike, Rob? He was so disgusted by that.
Well, that's because he hates people forever. You hate people for days. That's the whole thing. The point he was trying to get to you. I knew you and Gino were gonna make up. You two fucking candy ass fucking bitches. I knew it. You don't want to listen to me.
Gino will not do the show, and maybe there'll be a week because a lot of times Zen is working or on the road and he'll miss a show, but he will not do the show if Anthony Zenhauser is on. And he canceled last week because he won't be on a show with Anthony Zenhauser.
I thought he yelled at him on his show and they got it straightened out.
That's what everybody thought, and even Zen thought. But Gino texts me. You want to hear some of these text messages? He said I could read them before our guest comes on.
Okay, then let's do it. You know what I mean? It's like you guys. I've never seen so many girls in this business as I did until I got into comedy. In life, I've never ran into guys that were like this. I wouldn't hang out with them. All you fucking comedian guys, the fucking 80% of you is the fucking bitches. You're all fucking
shut
little
up.
girls.
All right, so here it is. I'm doing the show. I'm gonna bring Gino on, and I get this text at 8:44. He's supposed to be on at 9. Buddy, I love you, but I'm not doing the podcast if Zenhauser's on. Feel free to make fun of me on the podcast, but he's just a piece of shit who wouldn't admit he was wrong before. He's all yours. I'll come on next week. Just don't have him on. Feel free to make fun of me, but the whole reason I knew to make up with you is because I realized I was wrong about you. He came on my show and was just a piece of shit. Never admitted he was wrong. Never apologized.
Wait.
Sorry.
What was he wrong for? Please let me know. I don't know. What did he do?
You know that.
No, but what did he do that was wrong? Like he did something.
I think he was mad at him because he was, I think because he's on Pat Dixon's show every week. I think they did a bit where he called in and pretended he was Gino, and just radio podcasting stuff and goofing on it, which I did, and listen, when I went on and did the stuff, had Pat on Gino, I thought it was just like, something I figured they'd be made up in like a week. I didn't realize it was so damaged,
What have I taught you about doing these shows? What do you do? What do you do?
I don't know. What do I do?
You do what fucking is funny. You do what's entertaining.
That's what I do. Yeah, but
that's what I told you from the beginning. I don't want.
You even yelled at me about talking about.
No, because you were fucking. I said he's mad right now. He's hurt. When an animal is hurt, it attacks. They're the most dangerous, and that's not dangerous in hurting you, but in the mind of not liking you. I said it'll be over. I never said whatever you did. Of course, that's going to cause something. But why would you not do it? Why would you not do something that is entertaining? Why are you doing this then if you're not going to do it?
Highest rated show.
There's no, listen to me. There's no limit to when it stops. When does their thing stop? That's when that stops. It still doesn't stop. You understand? It still continues after the hit. Because of the fact, once it starts going, it doesn't stop if it's good. It just doesn't stop. It's entertaining. It's something to talk about. And I'm so glad. I am so fucking glad that Chris is frozen.
Yeah, I know. Can we get him off the screen, though, until he's back on?
This is stupid looking. Look how stupid he looks. Good. Bring him on, because Chris looks like a fucking idiot.
You might know him from the Kumia show. He's the host of the Proof of Work podcast. Here he is. He's the host of the Proof of Work podcast. He's a comedian, a former FBI agent, which I would love to hear his input on what's going on with the FBI and Donald Trump. But now he lives in New York. He regularly performs at Governor's, Brokerages, and McGuire's Comedy Club. Great guy, funny guy, and interesting guest, and we're excited to have him on. Please welcome Vinny D'Agostino.
You almost had it. That was almost the perfect intro. I would have cut that and used that intro, and then you fucked up the name in the end. And I
know. You know what? I thought too hard
from
about
the
it.
90s.
I emailed you about
you
how
thought
to say
too hard,
and I knew I was going to fuck it up.
That's like rule one for comedy for me is don't overthink it. Yep, do not overthink it.
Exactly. That was
your brain will fuck it up. Yeah, it's D'Agostino. It's just like the commercial from the 80s there, for those of you who remember.
I know he played it for me. I was going to sing it too. I was going to sing it to I asked him how to pronounce it, and he sent me this commercial, and it was a song. I said I should sing it just to watch Bob look like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Because
you remember it, Bob? Do you remember the D'Agostino commercial? Love that D'Agostino. That was a big deal. I got my balls busted in the 80s.
Yeah, your last name is the same as, like, we talked with people that involved in my family growing up. You know what I mean? Which is weird. Right. And remember, I hit you up, and I go, that is so weird. I go, have you ever arrested? You know what I mean? And we were talking about little things. Like, it's an amazing. Like, I love that the mob kind of things, the way it was, like in the early days, you know what I mean? Like they would kill. They knew they'd learned so much from the early days, because you didn't go and get your shave. They knew when you were getting a shave, and they came in. Like they watched you, and they knew when you were going to get a shave each week, and you get fucking killed right there. They knew you when you were going to certain things, like even out to eat back then, or whatever. But like even nowadays, like the only one that fell for that one was Castellano, who went to eat, and everybody was ready for him. Yeah, because
and they didn't even have WhatsApp back then. Gives you like some respect. Right? No share my location. Now it would just be easy. You'd be like, he's a fucking idiot. He shared his location.
Yeah. That would be fucking a hilarious fucking mob thing today, a comedy mob thing today about mobsters that just don't know what to do. They share, we're at Applebee's.
We got to find him then. Snapchat. We got to find him and murder him. But where could be? Hold on. He just tweeted a selfie from Applebee's. Idiots.
Olive Garden, it's all family.
He's at the Olive Garden. He tagged the FBI.
That's where you find the Olive Garden. Like I found this growing up in Staten Island, that when you went to even if Olive Garden, anything like fake Italian, if you went to that, those are the fake Italians you'll find there. They're worse than the mob because they fucking have no thought. Like the mob is actually well run. It really is. Yeah. I mean, it really is well run. But when you have people that believe that they are in the mafia because they've watched, movies over and over, they're the most dangerous motherfuckers to be around, because they'll fucking shoot you for no reason, just because of the fact that, hey, I'm this, I'm that. You got to watch out.
Yeah, they think it's what they're supposed to act like. As opposed to what they really act like, which is, true of probably how many times you meet someone who thinks they know what a comic should act like. You get into a green room and somebody is trying to act like what they think a green room full of comics really is, and it's not. Same thing applies to anything like that. Law enforcement, mobsters, same kind of deal. I didn't know anyone that went to the Olive Garden. I don't think any new mobsters I went to with Olive Garden, although that would be a great place for a meeting because it'd be the last thing on my list of places that they might be. So, it'd be pretty clever. Go to the
Vinny, how do you end up? Vinny, how do you end up? You're a lawyer. You're a FBI agent. How do you go from that to going into comedy? I mean, because I think
it's self-explanatory. I mean, honestly,
I've never met a funny lawyer.
Yeah. No. All right. Yeah. No. It's there's the short answer is because we're living in a simulation, and I 100% believe that things like that. And this isn't just a matter of man, your back's really messed up, huh?
I know. Yeah. Sorry.
You're like, it's painful.
Yeah, I'm going to need surgery. I'm seeing an orthopedic surgeon on third. I apologize.
Hopefully they give you a cock and balls this time.
And a pediatrician. He's going to go see his pediatrician.
You should. Yeah, you should. Your spine's messed up.
Chris.
Thanks, Rob.
But as to the simulation theory, I think there's enough things that can happen, and I think so. I was I was actually talking to my brother about this. Your spine kind of made my brother jump into my mind. My brother's a neurosurgeon. He does brain and spine surgery, and we were talking about this a few weeks ago.
What doesn't your family do?
I know. I don't know. Yeah, no, I know. It's an interesting story, my family, but yeah. My brother and I were talking about. I think so. There's a feeling of that the more success you have in life, that there's a feeling of sort of disbelief in sometimes if you're lucky enough, and things kind of come together that it doesn't feel real. But there's a limit, I think, to that. And I think when I left the FBI, and then comedy was something I wanted to do as a kid, but was just never. I don't know how to explain it to people. It was never an option. My parents were I was first generation. My parents immigrated here. And I don't know how to express that doing stand-up was something that, or anything in entertainment, was just something, not that my parents were dicks. They weren't. My dad was actually a really funny, charismatic person. And I always loved watching him around family and friends, cracking them up. But the idea of them immigrating here and saying, so this is what I got a plan to do comedy. Even though it's in my heart, sort of what I always, thought I wanted to do. But when teachers would tell my parents, he's disruptive, he's a problem in class, if he wants to be a comedian, he should go be a comedian. It's used in a pejorative sense. No teacher tells a child, go be a comic. Yeah. But maybe now they do, and they fucking should now. And that's the beauty of what's happened to comedy in the last 20 years, is it's gone from this joke of a career to like some of the most important voices in this country are coming from comics. But back in the 80s, you had, your big time comics, but nobody was really listening to them. Not like they are now. You didn't have a Joe Rogan. You had your Carlins and of course your Eddie Murphys, but you didn't have people that are like guiding the voice in the discussion. It really in a dissent type of way. And so I think that was just shelved, and I went towards other things I thought I was good at. And then when I left the FBI, I was at a comedy club that was down the street from where I live. Again, fortuitous, right? Just dumb kind of luck that I lived less than a half a mile. And when I finished doing stand-up, I became friendly with the owner, and I could finally open up. And when I finished doing stand-up, when I finished the FBI, when you're at the FBI, you're very guarded about who you associate with, and especially when it's businesses on Long Island. Businesses on Long Island are. My first week on the Colombo Squad, which was the family I investigated the first part of my career, I sat down with my boss and he said, give me your address. And he put it in the computer. And then he said, okay, here's a list of places you can no longer go to eat. You can no longer go for entertainment. You can no longer associate with, because they all, I didn't realize how many at that time, Colombo family members lived within a 10-mile radius of where I live. You're just sort of to your point, Bob, like they didn't walk around Home Depot like, hey, I'm going to break your fucking legs if you don't give me this lumber half price. Like, it's not like that. It's just it's like a normal guy. And then you see that guy at Home Depot when he's a captain in the Colombo family. Yeah. And you're laughing going, nobody in this place knows that there's a Colombo family captain who's got 3 murders, going to look for lumber in aisle 17. Nobody knows that because he's not like walking around. It's not like Silvio from The Sopranos, It's
exactly.
It's not like that.
And it's like another thing is if you see some older guy just watering his lawn without a nozzle on, just the water coming out, and at night, just don't bother him. Just don't fucking bother him.
Yeah, that's more what you have to worry about than somebody, running around with a gun in his waistband kind of thing. And so I became friendly with the owner, James, Bob,
great guy.
And once I left the FBI, I felt more comfortable opening up about my life. And I think he felt more comfortable, to be honest, once I left the FBI.
Yeah.
And we started talking. And then one day there was a show. We were putting on a fundraiser for a friend of my wife's, to raise some money for a medical issue. And I think the host didn't show. And he just said,
wow,
hey, the host is not showing up. Go host. And I said, yeah, right. He's like, just go up there. And I thought to myself, I said, what's the worst? Like now at this point in my life, like what's the worst that happens? I bomb. Like when you're 18, that's a big fucking deal. When you don't know, like, am I talented? Do I have skills? Can I do anything? This could like one bad show for an 18-year-old can change the course of your life. When I was 37 and I had sort of this stuff under my belt that I have accomplished, and I'm like, I could die tomorrow and still feel like I earned my parents coming here and immigrating here. I paid it back. I went well beyond what they ever achieved. Yeah. So I'm like, so the worst that happens is I bomb on stage. So I host and it goes well. And then I come back for dinner like a week later with my wife, and James comes up and he's like, hey, he's like, all right, so it's the host, and then we're gonna have a guest spot, and then you're gonna go do 5, and then you can come back and eat. And I was like, excuse me? And he's like, yeah, just go do like 5. He's like, if you want to go longer. And I said, I'm here to eat. I'm here with my wife. And I knew from all the comic friends that I had, because I'd become friends with Anthony in 2008. So kind of through him, I understood stage time is like so difficult to come by.
Yeah. And to get it.
And so to turn it down, it felt like turning down free money. It felt like turning down. So I said, fuck it, I'll go do it. And then that's what it was. Then he started saying, what's your next week look like? And so after work, I would come home on the train. And I would go on stage, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and it just kind of picked up from there.
Because you didn't realize comedy's almost like the mob. You didn't realize when you went up that day, James already thought you're one of us. You're involved now, and you may not notice, but that you're going up. You're gonna have dinner. Okay, let's get that straight. But you're going on stage, so basically you joined a mafia in a good way, because it is like, you know what I mean. Like you got to come down. What?
What's that?
Did they at least comp your meal for you and your wife?
So before when I was in the bureau, James would always try to comp my meals when I was in the bureau, and I never could, which was so funny because I ended up almost going bankrupt, because if you don't get a check, you're guessing at the bill. And FBI agents, you're not allowed to take any kind of gratuity. So I'd end up throwing down like twice as much as the bill, because I'm like, I don't know, how much is the big ZD at a comedy club? It can't be more than $50, right? So I'm like, I'm getting hosed here. And then finally when I left, and then he could comp the bill, I was like, Jesus Christ, I've been overpaying for the last year and a half.
Maybe that's why you comped it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a total reverse psychology. Yeah.
12th meal.
Now as a former FBI agent, I imagine you're watching what's going on in the news, and now the FBI is apparently raiding Mar-a-Lago or Donald Trump. Do you think this is the waste of the Bureau's time, or do you think this is something that needs to happen as far as the FBI raiding Donald Trump's home in Mar-a-Lago?
So I was in the shower right before I got on the show here, and because I wasn't lying, I shaved my head, and just to make sure
trying to get the audience to picture you naked, aren't you, sir?
Yeah, and so I have a tablet there, and I was listening to the show, and there was a point when you guys started talking about this, and I think Bobby said, "Oh, is he there?" And then I wasn't there, and then I've never seen more of a 180 course correction on conversation from the FBI Mar-a-Lago to scabcock and jerking off. It was such a hard left turn.
Welcome to Levyland.
I said they're never gonna come back to anything like that, because it was such a hard. It was like you went right in. It was teed up, and I'm in the shower going, God damn it! And then all of a sudden it's like, so I jerked off to my cock scabbed.
We go right away. It's not time to talk about it. It's like it's time to talk. Always throw your dick in when you want to move on to something else.
Yeah, when the guest is late, talk about your cock. It's just the rule of thumb for
Levyland rule.
But it works all the time. But before, like, I want to give you my ideas before you get into this. Like, I knew, like, okay, they're gonna bombard Trump because they don't want him to run. That's the whole thing. So Trump? if they get what
bombard?
Would you say they're gonna what Trump?
Bombard. Bombard. Where the
All
fuck you say it? Isn't that how you say it from New York?
Bombard.
They'll fucking hold you by your leg in a volcano, you cocksucker. You want that? You motherfucker.
Volcano, yeah.
They're going to bombard him.
No, but they're going to make it where they want him not to run. So they want him to say, I can't because it's going to be horrible to win because they're going to keep doing this. It's only the beginning, I think.
They're harassing him. So he says, I quit. I listen, just leave me the fuck alone.
That's going to piss him off.
Yeah, but he's a smart man also, I'm saying, is that if it's not right, he's going to pick somebody and go, I'm just going to get behind them and fuck everybody. And that's the way I look at it. But, like, do you think that this was totally wrong what they did? Like, totally can't. You don't do that to an ex-president.
And again, I'll answer that sort of my opinion in a second. But does any of this seem real to you? Does any of this make any fucking sense? That here we are talking about... This doesn't make any sense. So there's a theory out there. I think I read this or I thought of it. I can't remember at this point anymore. But back in, God, it must be like 10 years ago now. I remember reading about the Large Hadron Collider, which was a big, the largest scientific device they were ever going to build, where they were going to test they were going to smash protons together at like near speed of light. And then based on that reaction, they were going to help determine whether we're living in 3 dimensions, 10 dimensions. This had to do with string theory and whether or not, like, proving sort of like the basis of our existence. Like, this could answer some questions about that. And I remember reading about that. Yeah. And this happened, it has to be 10 years ago. I was at the Bureau at the time, I remember. And I think about that moment. And the fear was that because of this experiment, they shoot these like, protons around this giant track that's like many, many miles long, and they smash them together. And there was a theory that it could actually open up a black hole and swallow up the Earth, or that something really weird could happen. And it just seems like since that point, when you look at all this crazy shit that's happened, I really do wonder if we've slid into a parallel fucking universe. Right, we've slid into a parallel based on some funky experiment
Matrix.
Where all this stuff, like a Matrix type sort of jump, where we pivoted at one point from sort of normal political discourse into a universe where Donald Trump ended up president, which in and of itself is like, come on, this doesn't even make any sense, right? Like nobody thought that could happen.
No,
and then we have a situation where we're investigating, Russian hoax. Collusion, conspiracy theories for 4 years. And now we're at a point where this guy's been out of office for 2 years, and there's a search warrant executed on his Mar-a-Lago estate looking for supposedly documents that he hadn't returned to the National Archive, which for me feels like executing a search warrant for overdue library books in the context of my world, or what my world used to be. And so, meaning, when you're around documents that are sensitive, there's no the president, people in that position, including the current president and other former presidents that were whether it's Barack or Reagan or Clinton, the idea that documents are being taken to certain locations, perhaps for them to work at different locations, is completely unshocking to me, and I would be shocked if that wasn't happening. I just really hope that whatever the basis is for this search, that it's more than just we wanted some documents back, and so we didn't feel like asking, or communication broke down, and we thought that a search warrant was the best way to get it back. Because, like I said, it's really odd. Now Trump could be a dick. Like, he could, if they reached out and said, "We know you have 8 boxes of documents that belong in the National Archives," and he's ghosting them. All right, well, I want to know that, because that actually is stupid and something I could see him actually doing. But if it's more of like there was just a dispute, or it was just delayed, what is the urgency, right? What is the urgency to go do something like that? And of course, I'm wondering on the back end if something like this, a charge or conviction related to this, would preclude him from public office, and that's really the
that's the goal.
Really
that's
what
the
they're
goal.
trying to do. Yeah,
That is the
if
goal.
that's the
I
goal, then then my resume will read U.S. Postal Service in a few years. 2004 to 2015. I'm like, I was a postal employee.
Inspector.
This is totally the truth, and this is what they're doing. They just don't want him in. They're going to do anything. They hope to find something like a fucking Mexican tied up in a basement, any fucking thing that they can find there to make this where he cannot run. And they're just going to go, you see, you go to anybody's house, in fucking public, in an office or that's been in office, and you're going to find 100 times more, 1,000 more problems that are going on.
It's unequal application of the law. That's exactly what the problem is that I really hope that it sounds weird to say this, but I hope there isn't a search warrant I ever did for the FBI that not only was I willing to defend, but I would actually be excited to get into court to justify. There's not one that I can think of. I thought about this when I was in the shower. The topic first came up, and I was thinking about it in between playing with myself. And I said, there's probably no search warrant I've done where I would say, if someone said to me, this search warrant was bullshit, I'd say, all right, let's sit down and talk about it. I'll tell you the probable cause. I'll tell you exactly what we thought we'd find, what we did find, and how it was useful later on. That's how 99% of the FBI operates. I know this because I'm still friends with so many people. And yet we keep finding ourselves in these situations where the Bureau is getting drawn into political in the midst of political investigations, that I feel like it's that video of Sideshow Bob stepping on rakes, and I'm just like, how did they not see this coming over and over and over again? It's okay if it turns out to be validated in the end, and you can mic drop and say, yeah, but in the end, this is what we find. So that's why part of me is like, I hope they do find something of substance, because the part of me that spent 11 years there wants to believe that people wouldn't be dumb enough to step on a rake again. But the cynic in me says, I just have a feeling it's going to be the same thing that happened last time, which was a whole lot of nothing and political subterfuge to find a way to disqualify somebody from running from office, which I can't even fathom that in this country. I can't even fathom that. This is something I would never consider.
It's crazy to see what's going on, and this can drag on, especially what they want for it to be not only now through the midterms, but for the 2 years and more. Because look at the Russian bullshit. How long did that last for? It's still going on, and Rob's still excited about hearing Black Hole. His girlfriend's coming back.
Yeah.
We didn't tell you that.
I know,
She's coming back.
Derek
said,
Derek said worse, Merrick Garland or Eric Holder?
Merrick Garland or Eric Holder, yeah.
Which one's worse?
I mean, I think Merrick
you're
is
asking
better.
me? I can't comment.
Yeah.
He can.
I don't know.
But
Trump
it's
saying,
like weird.
I mean,
don't you do your fucking Trump? I'll fucking come to the
Come
street
on,
and
I wanna
fucking
do
murder you, Abel.
Yeah.
but I'm saying, like,
it annoys the hell out of me. Oh God, Vinny, you want to hear
okay?
If the Republicans take over in that, and they're going to go after Garland, which is pretty fucking cool. They said, you better take some time off. You better get your paperwork together because we're coming after you. And it's going to be exciting. You know what I mean? Because
but when does this end? I mean, this is what's insane, is that when this all first started and we got dragged into this political dispute, at what point does the FBI say we're just being used by each administration coming in and used to attack the previous administration or the potential competing administration? It's who wants a career in that? As the FBI, who wants to go do something where what I never worried about who was elected president when I was at the FBI. It never was a concern of any agent's mind. 99.9% of the agents would say it really didn't matter in the end.
Yeah.
And it's suddenly become the exact opposite, which means you have to worry now whoever wins that election is going to use the Bureau's resources potentially as an attack dog to go after political enemies, and that's what's
making the FBI look bad. Yeah, the
right.
FBI looks horrible right now because of what's going on. The FBI never looked this fucking bad as they do now because they're being told.
And that's saying a lot after Ruby Ridge and Waco, right? That's saying a fucking lot, right? Like the FBI does not have an unblemished history, right? Hoover, spying. I mean, that's saying a lot to say that. When I went in, of course, people would say, "What about Ruby Ridge?" Yeah, I get it. There's a lot of civil rights violations. Yeah. There's all sorts of things, but it's never been anything like this. And for the agents, the street agents that are so disconnected from this stuff by just doing actual work, I can just imagine how demoralizing it would be to be caught up in yet another situation where what happened yesterday, right or wrong, it's just you got to really. The presidents are not above the law. Former presidents should not be above the law, but the equal or unequal application of the law is more damaging than just ignoring it altogether. If you ignore everything, it's bad. Corruption, right? Politics, politicians. But if you're literally only enforcing potentially ridiculous laws against only it's everyone rolls through the stop sign. But only people in red cars are getting stopped for rolling through the side for the stop sign. That is more, in my opinion, more corrosive to democracy, to our country, than just ignoring all the people who roll through the stop sign. It's the unequal application of the law that makes people burn cities down, that makes people, invade the Capitol. That's what makes people more pissed off than just saying all of our politicians are corrupt. And I really do worry. I really worry that that's potentially where we're wading into right now. And this what may seem like a victory is going to have massive repercussions a few years from now.
Oh yeah, I totally will.
Who was running this administration now? Because I was just looking at a video from the other day where Biden can't even put his coat on.
Hell yeah!
It doesn't, the sleeves, he can't get in the sleeve. I don't buy that he's making decisions.
That was sad because his wife had to come and help him, and it still didn't help for the longest time. You look at that and you go, why is not China and Russia and everybody attacking us right now? This is the perfect time to do.
They are.
No, but to come
look
into
at the invasion of Ukraine. Yeah. No, you do wonder. I don't know. It's funny to me that with all the talented people we have in this country, that we sort of seem to keep electing the same old people that I just don't get it. I mean, there's a certain limit for where your mental faculties at a certain age point where you're not there, and for us to pretend that
are you talking about me?
True. Yeah, I was referring indirectly.
I say we vote for Bob Levy. His war on vocabulary is
that'll be the first thing that's gone. Fucking normal sentence
spelling
bees.
Spelling bees. No more national spelling bees.
Guess why is not China? Why is not China?
Why is not China attacking us right now with the president who can't put on his jacket? If you can't put in your jacket, that's when you attack and you fucking hit him right in the stomach because he has his arms out.
Yeah, it is weird though. Why is not China sounds grammatically incorrect, but then why isn't China? And isn't is a contraction of is not.
Yeah, exactly.
Is correct. Right? Why is not China? Sounds fucked up. Why isn't China?
Bob's the smartest man.
Why is China not? Why is China not?
Right.
Stay out of it. You can't even walk, you crippled fuck. Listen to me. It makes sense what I'm saying. When I'm president,
I just can't walk the walk.
Yeah. When I'm president, I will change all these sayings to what they believe to be what they are for the people that understand Bobisms, what that is. Yeah. And that is the way I talk.
Our fans that do the graphic, let's put up something for Bob's presidential campaign.
And the FBI.
War on vocabulary. I would love to see
the FBI won't have to worry about getting books from Bob's house because there won't be any books there.
Look, I don't need a fucking book. I read a book maybe when I was in school. I looked at a book. I didn't read it. I'm not going to read a fucking book. I'd rather fucking watch
He chose
TV.
his own adventure not to read one.
Life moved ahead so I can have it easier. Do you understand? It's not. I don't have to watch the radio anymore. I watch TV. Years ago, people watched the radio because that's what the entertainment came out of. Life has changed where I don't have to work hard anymore. It's right. My hard working is when I'm on stage. I'm killing. I'm destroying. I am the greatest fucking act you ever seen in your fucking life, and that's what I fucking do every fucking time. That's what matters to me. Not reading a book. A book, god damn it, a goddamn book.
Fucking dorks.
Reading is fucking mental.
Reading is mental. Nice.
I remember those days.
It's fucking mental. You know,
reading's
we'll change
for dummies.
that too. Hey, you got to come on.
How old are you, Vinny?
I think you have 44.
Okay, so you and I and Chris are the same age. Do you remember when in school where if you read a certain amount of books and marked it, you would get a free personal pizza from Pizza Hut? But you would just pretend
personal pan pizza.
Are you serious?
I don't even. You get a personal pan pizza. You go to Pizza Hut and they give you that little pizza. My brother and sister got that a lot. I was like, fuck that.
Okay, here's the problem.
I'll eat their pizza.
They can't prove you read the book. I would just mark down that I read.
It was a fucking Domino's deal. It's fucking great. It's the greatest thing in the world. Look at all the fat people now. Domino's did it because they were smart. You give them a taste. It's like Coke. Hey, you want to do a line? You want a free fucking pizza? You're hooked in. You're fucking hooked in. It's a simple fucking thing.
I didn't know.
Domino's don't give a fuck.
To your point, Bob, being from New York, we're kind of pizza. He did. He indirectly. We're pizza snobs, and Pizza Hut was never an option for pizza night at the D'Agostino house.
Never.
But those free pizzas introduced pizza, and sure than shit, those little pan pizzas. The fact that it was like your own little 4-slice little pizza, and it was total garbage, but it really tasted delicious because it's so full of lard and other dog shit.
Exactly.
Suddenly the kids at the D'Agostino house would say, let's get Pizza Hut instead of Tony's Pizza. Which shout out to Tony's Pizza on Route 112. It's probably, my opinion, one of the best pizzas. Yeah. Barbecue chicken pizzas there is phenomenal. I still drive through.
Oh, wow.
I used to drive, so that's probably like 30 miles east of where I live now and 65 miles east of the city. But if I ever was doing like an interview when I was at the Bureau or anything related to Eastern Long Island, I'd always stop there on the way back to grab some pizza. I absolutely love that place. It's been there since I was a kid. But yeah, Pizza Hut would come up in the conversation because it would be like, let's get, even now with my kids, because they've tasted Pizza Hut. It's like crack, Let's get Pizza Hut. I'm like, I'm ashamed.
Amazing.
Yeah, like Little Caesars, Derek said. Yeah, Little Caesars is good. You know why? Because it's fucking $7 a fucking pie. When you have a family and you buy this pizza down the road, if I get a large pie, right, with
welfare
and something on it, it's $30-something. Okay, you're not getting out for under $30-something with that and a soda. And it's changed when to get a pizza under $10. You look at the kids and go, it's good. That's what you do.
It's good enough.
Yeah, it's good.
It's good. Especially with kids. When I worked at a pizza place when I was in high school, and the markup blew me away when I finally started to learn about the business and the cost of dough, which you'd make out of flour and water in the mixer, and then the most expensive part was the cheese, of course, which of course is the thing that they skimp on the most because it's the most expensive. But we were charging $8 a pie back then, and I think a pie back then cost maybe like $2. So it was amazing markup for a pizza.
Yeah. I mean, Anthony Cumia said it best. I mean, there's some pizza that's better than others, but at the end of the day, any pizza is good. Nobody eats a pizza and spits it out and says, any pizza is edible. And even that Little Caesars, a $7 pizza, you can get it. It's good. Yeah. Well, pizza.
Yeah.
No matter where you go
I went to college in Pennsylvania, and Pennsylvania has some of the worst pizza. I was at Penn State, and there was P8 pizza. It was called. It barely qualified at pizza, but when you were drunk, and a whole pie I think cost like $3. A whole pie back there was like $3. It was the most delicious. I mean, it didn't matter. Like at that point, you're not. Your taste buds aren't even active. They're unconscious. Your taste buds are unconscious.
Exactly.
After a night of drinking. But yeah, when you eat that and you realize yeah, goddamn, this is awful pizza. Like relative to what you're, the tastiness of New York pizza or East Coast pizza, you're like, holy shit, how does someone from New York not move out, out west? But you're right. When you're hungry and cost is an option, or cost is paramount, then yeah, the ingredients themselves, the dough, fried dough is delicious. Pizza sauce, marinara sauce is delicious, and cheese is fucking delicious. So there's just no way, even if you fuck it up, there's just no way you can make it so bad that you're like, I can't eat. You could eat it almost raw, except for the dough maybe. But the other two ingredients you could eat totally raw and still be satisfied.
And that's when you got the bad pizza. Like it was basically the bad pizza had it was a lot of dough, and then the middle wasn't cooked up, but it didn't matter because you were fucking drunk. It didn't matter. It was thick. It was chewy. It was going to take a little longer. You know what I mean? But it's job at the point.
It moved through your digestive system like at the speed of a Mack truck. It was like like the uncooked dough in your stomach when you were drunk, and you're like, and the next morning you're just like, I know I have to go to the bathroom, but Jesus Christ, whatever's in there is like misshaped. It's mal-shaped. It will not come out. But yeah, when you're drunk, it really doesn't matter. In fact, I really think that when you're that drunk, it's a total waste. It's a total waste to have anything good, and whether it's food or sexually. I mean, you get the greatest head in the world when you're drunk. It will be completely lost on you, and it's a waste. It's a total waste of an opportunity. Like, save that. That's the stuff you should get when you've been drinking, because that's the only thing that's gonna satisfy you. But
you should never pay for fucking food or pussy when you're drunk. You should never, because you regret it the next day.
Pay for
exactly.
it.
Fucking regret it.
Well, Vinny, we are running out of time. I would like to plug your podcast. It's called Proof of Work. Where else can folks find you, Vinny D'Agostino?
Yep. Check out my Twitter at Proof of Work 1. I've been involved in a series of debates involving that Asian store clerk who went Wolverine on that guy, which I think
Proof of Work was already taken. Why the one after?
Yeah, there's like some weird company which I'm hoping they'll just go out of business eventually, and then
maybe that's Asian. They're like Proof of Work.
I know, and the Proof of Work name comes from it's a Bitcoin reference. It's the protocol that backs Bitcoin, and the company that has Proof of Work as their handle has nothing to do with Bitcoin, which is even more of a waste.
Wow.
Oh wow,
it's synonymous with Bitcoin now, and they're like
maybe they're hoping Bitcoin will buy them out.
Somebody probably will if they're smart at some point, because I don't think they're a big company. Yeah. But yeah, find me on Twitter, and if you love legal debates and stuff like that, I love breaking down those types of situations and really getting into the ones and zeros in terms of whether it's justified or not. And yeah, I'm always at Governors. I won't be this weekend. I'm actually out camping this weekend, but check me out on Twitter if you want to go see stand up.
And also, me and Kevin Brennan will be opening up a Saturday night in Jersey. It'll be plugged tomorrow as Kevin and I take over for Anthony, who will be off Thursday. So we'll be sitting in Thursday, and we're going to plug the new club, and we'll definitely have you down there. I'll be booking from October on, and we'll go from there, and everything's going to be great. Life is great for everybody but Rob, because Rob is crippled.
I'm hoping to get better soon, and
I'll come down and push him around.
But I never miss a Levyland, and Vinny, you are fantastic. I've never met you before, but it was a pleasure having you on and meeting you.
Mm-hmm.
And check your email too. I sent you an email. But
all right,
cool. God, you gave Rob your email?
Shit. Oh, Jesus. It's like giving a whack packer your fucking phone number.
Yeah.
It's fucking horrible. No, but we're going to tag you and everything. We're going to tag you and everything. It'll be fucking great. You don't have to fucking retweet it every time, but we're going to tag the shit out of you, say follow you. We'll get it up right after between Rob's Soul Show. We'll get up the first one. Everybody, thanks for listening. Vinny, thank you.
Nice
Chris,
meeting you, Vinny.
Yeah, thanks, guys. We'll do it again soon.
Absolutely. And we'll do some shows real soon. We'll see you next week, Levyland.
All right, Rob Soul Show coming up next. We'll see you, folks.
Yeah. SilkCityHotSauce.com.
Yeah.